Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first 24-hour readathon. I am very excited, but I'm very nervous. So my aim is to stay up for the next 24 hours and read. And I'm starting this on a Friday night at 7 o'clock in the evening. I have been at work today. I came home at lunchtime to get some sleep this afternoon and I got about an hour and a half sleep. So I'm anticipating starting to get tired really soon, but we're going to press on. We're going to see how we get on. I am allowing myself to nap if I need to, but on my Kindle, I have set up on Scribd some audiobooks and some graphic novels so I can switch media that might keep me awake a little bit longer. We're going to see what we can do here. So I've got a pile of books beside me I'm going to show you now that I would like to get through at least a few of these during this challenge. So these are the books that I have chosen. So starting at the bottom, I have wanted to read My Dark Vanessa and My Best Friend's Exorcism for ages. And they have just sat on my TBR looking at me. And I thought, what a good opportunity to have a look at these two books. I've got Daisy Jones and the Six here because I believe this is written like an interview. And I thought that change of media style might be really good when I start to get tired. I've got The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert because I am anticipating really enjoying that. I like the look of the story and it's only about 250 pages, so I thought that could be a really good break. As could this one. This is a fresh start and I think it's like 10 really short stories. So, and again, the book's only about 100 pages, so I think that might be like a nice little short burst if I start to get tired. I then got a YA, This Song Will Save Your Life, and then a middle grade, The Black Book of Secrets. So I thought maybe YA and middle grade might be easier when I'm getting tired. So I'm going to jump in and start reading. I think I'm going to start with My Dark Vanessa, or should I start with My Best Friend's Exorcism? I'm going to decide and I will let you know. The other half, Dean, he is going to stay up with me for at least another few hours because he's working a club night tomorrow. So he needs to sleep during tomorrow daytime before his shift. So he could do with staying up tonight so he can sleep tomorrow. So it's going to be nice actually. I've got a bit of company. Duke's going to be allowed to stay up for another couple of hours. For those of you who don't know, he's my little dog. So let's get to reading. I have decided to start My Dark Vanessa as my book one for this readathon. So I will read you what it is about. Vanessa Y was 15 years old when she first had sex with her English teacher. She is now 32 and in the storm of allegations against powerful men in 2017, the teacher, Jacob Strain, has just been accused of sexual abuse by another former student. Vanessa is horrified by this news because she is quite certain that the relationship she had with Strain wasn't abuse, it was love. She's sure of that. Forced to rethink her past, to revisit everything that happened, Vanessa has to redefine the great love story of her life, her great sexual awakening, as rape. Now she must deal with the possibility that she might be a victim and just one of many. So I think I know this is going to be quite a heavy book, and to be honest, that's kind of why I'm starting with it now, and I hope it might wake me up a little bit. So obviously this girl Vanessa, she had this relationship with the teacher, thought it was love, and years later is realising that maybe it wasn't. So normally, looking on Goodreads, this does rate quite highly, but obviously with the note of it does cover quite mature themes in it. So let's see how I get on with it. It's now 20 to 9 and I have hit about the 100-page mark of My Dark Vanessa. And this is the heavy read that I was expecting it to be. Not so much initially. And then I've just hit like the chapter where they really she went around to his house and stuff happened. And yeah, it is quite a heavy read, but I think it's going to be one of those books that is uncomfortable to read, but yet it's one of those that we all kind of should read. Do you know what I mean? Like, books like this, I suppose, make me resent reading like 3 different Shakespeare books at school, whereas reading books like this that maybe deal with some serious issues, maybe should be higher on the recommended reading list. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going with it. Night is still young. I'm still relatively awake at the moment, unlike somebody else. And Dean should be home in about 15-20 minutes anyway, so that'll perk us all up a little bit. I'm still cracking on. I'm doing really, really well on the reading front, but I'm just finding it really weird because it's screamingly obvious as a reader that this is abuse. However, it's really also easy to see that how the student involved won't see it as that, and that it's almost flattering that they're being treated like an adult, that they're in love. It's just really strange. Really, it's good. I mean, I'm enjoying the book, but it is not easy to read as well, if you know what I mean.
The contract states that the players must maintain a 2.3 rating.
I finished My Dark Vanessa, 4 out of 5 stars. Very emotional, very good book. And I'm just about to start The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert. So this is about a guy and a girl that live with each other. I think he fancies her, but he's made the decision he's not going to do anything with her to ruin their relationship. But it looks like things happen. So it is now 1 a.m. and I am feeling tired now, but I'm still going. I am 67 pages into The Roommate Risk and I'm really enjoying it. So basically, Jasmine has had to move in with Raoul due to a plumbing incident where basically her room was unusable in the flat she was living in. So he's now seeming like the sweetest roommate in the world. He sounds absolutely lovely, an absolute gent. And but the sexual tension's there, so you know what's going to happen. But I'm looking forward to it happening.
Now her head lay on his chest, and strands of her hair brushed his face, tickling. That was probably what had woken him up. He was in 2 minds about the whole being awake thing. See, on the one hand, he had work tomorrow, or rather today.
Hey, so it's 5:15. I finished The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert about 3:30, and it was really, really good. Really good. Absolutely loved it. And then I had to crash out, so I just had a nap. Only for about an hour-ish, but I'm really tired. But I'm awake again now. I'm going to keep reading. I'm just deciding which to read next, but I think I'm going to go with the middle grade. So this is The Black Book of Secrets. It says, when Ludlow Fitch suffers an unspeakable betrayal, he runs from the rotten, stinking city. On the night he enters Pagus Parvis, a second newcomer arrives at the remote village. Joe Zabidoo, a mysterious pawnbroker who buys people's deepest, darkest secrets, is searching for new customers and for an apprentice. Shadowy Ludlow seems perfect for the job. But as he begins his new life recording the village's fiendish confessions, Ludlow's murky past threatens to come into the light. So, that sounds really good. I am going to start that, and I will catch up with you a bit later. So it's about 8 o'clock, but I am really struggling now. I'm reading so slowly because I am so tired. And I know this is because I jumped into this readathon straight from work on Friday. I didn't prep for it and was sleeping in that beforehand. So, anyway, I'm still determined. I've made a good dent in the Black Book of Secrets, which I am really enjoying, I have to say. I think it's going to be a really good middle grade. And this Ludlow, basically, he was treated very badly by his parents. They brought him up to be a pickpocket, but he's now got this opportunity to work for this other guy. What is his name again? Joe Zabidoo. And actually earn money and make a proper living. And this guy, he is a secret pawnbroker. So he buys people's secrets. Like, we've just had a member of the village come and tell him of a crime that they've committed. He pays them for it, and obviously he can make a bit of money out of pawning secrets if needs be. So it's an interesting topic and I'm enjoying it, but I think now I need to move. I need to do something. I don't know whether I should just swap to kind of graphic novels on Scribd just for something a little bit lighter. I don't necessarily want to pick up another book, or should I listen to an audiobook but maybe start a jigsaw? I will let you know what I decide to do. Good morning, my sleepy readathon buddy.
What the hell's menopause?
Menopause is when the dwarfs that brings babies get shot by drunken husbands.
It's a natural process that women of a certain age go through.
And it's something to be feared, right, Doctor?
Listen, I've got a plan to get Lane back.
Chavot kind of conjures up this image of leaking oil. Now this Readathon 2-cylinder air-cooled engine is 425 cc's, and it's pretty better suited for motorbikes than cars.
So, after I read Slam, the graphic novel about roller derby, I went upstairs, got dressed. I popped up to the road to Co-op to get some food, and Dean cooked us a really nice brunch, really naughty but really nice brunch. I have kept reading, so I finished the Black Book of Secrets. I've given that 3 stars. It was good, it just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was fine. And then I read this book, A Fresh Start, 10 gripping stories from 10 best-selling authors. It was alright, it was okay. You know, they weren't wow, but it was fine. And then this afternoon I have started the X-Hex, and I was on my Kindle, so I went upstairs because Dean's gone back to bed because, as I said before, he's on a club night tonight. So he's gone back to try and get a couple of hours sleep this afternoon. So I went up with him, but thought I'd just read my Kindle beside him. But Duke was getting a bit restless. I knew that I was falling asleep. So, you finished? I thought I'm just going to come back downstairs and pop on a bit of booktube in the background and read some more of the X-Hex, which is okay so far. So we don't know too much at the moment. Vivian, she was hurt by this guy, so she drunkenly put on this hex, and it appears that potentially it worked when she thought it was just a bit of a laugh. And all we know at the moment is he's about now to come back into the same town, so obviously going to reconnect. That's as far as I've got. So, but it's all right so far. So I will catch up with you a bit later.
This is like contemporary romance. I think it's got like magical realism in it, so I don't know if that would quite fit.
And throughout the entire read, I was going 3 stars.
I did it. We have just hit 7 p.m. on Saturday night. I have hit the 24 hours. I am so tired now. I'm definitely not in the mood to read anymore. I've not long finished the X-Hex. Wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but I'm going to reread that maybe later this year or next year, because I think at the moment I'm just that tired, and maybe I didn't appreciate it as much as I would if I was more awake. So I read 6 books. I started with My Dark Vanessa. That was really good. Heavy, but a good book. Then I moved on to The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert. And loved it. Really, really enjoyed that book. That was a really good pick-me-up after a bit of a heavier book. Then I read, was it Slam Next? I think it was Slam Next. That was a graphic novel about roller derby. Enjoyed that. I then moved on to the Black Book of Secrets, which was the middle grade. Didn't quite hit the mark for me, but at that point, I think that must have been about what? It was this morning, and I was quite tired this morning. But it was still good. Then I read the really quick A Fresh Start, which was the 10 stories, which were fine. I mean, I don't think I read the back of it. I think I was too tired at the time. It said, from wronged wives to nosy neighbours, from distant dads to newfound family, from secrets to lies, fresh starts to false endings, and everything in between. Collection of brilliant short stories from the best writers around, and it had like Mike Gale, Jojo Moyes, Sophie Kinsella, Ian Rankin. So, you know, there were some really good authors in there, and some of the stories were really good. And then, yeah, I've read the XX as well. So I did go off my original plan TBR, but I didn't anticipate being as tired as I was, so I wanted to mix it up a little bit. But it was fun. It was really, really fun. It was nice having Dean stay up with me last night. I think he stayed up till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then I decided to let Duke sleep in here last night. So he spent a lot of the night sleeping on me, or he was at the sofa opposite. It was just really nice. It's just really chilled. So yeah, I did again. I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I'll catch up with you soon.